No Italian secret society achieved such influence as the Carbonari, which means charcoal burners in Italian. By the 1820s, it was a branched international organization operating not only in Italy, but also in Poland, France, and Germany. The aim of the society was to entangle the country in a network of supporters who obeyed the orders of the central leadership without question. At the height of their power, the Carbonari could undertake any action, military or political, and no government was able to stop them. It was a true state within a state. The structure of the Carbonari society largely repeated the structure of Masonic organizations with their hierarchy, complex rituals, and symbolism. Initially, there were two main degrees of initiation, apprentice and master, though subsequently the number of degrees grew, complicating the hierarchy. The lower cells of the Carbonari, daughter ventas, were subordinate to mother ventas, which in turn were directed by high ventas located in the largest Italian cities. New members were told about the ventas' symbolism and emblems, but before this, they were spoken to about the primordial freedom that humanity had lost by becoming hardened in evil and vice, but which it would regain through the efforts of the Carbonari. The more educated and receptive the apprentice was, the more open the conversation became. Venta meetings had to take place in special rooms containing a number of objects with symbolic meaning: a white linen cloth, water, salt, a cross, leaves, sticks, fire, earth, a crown of white thorns, a cord, a coil of wire, and 3 ribbons, blue, red, and black. At the first degree of initiation, these symbols were given a quite peaceful interpretation. For example, the cross was a symbol of the suffering that threatens the adherents of virtue. The ladder reminded the Carbonari that virtue can only be attained by climbing step by step, and the axe, pick, and shovel were the tools of his sacred labors. However, at the next degree of initiation, members received more information about the Carbonari's true intentions. Here, the society's symbols had to be viewed differently. The cross serves to crucify the tyrant who persecutes us. The crown of thorns will pierce his head. The thread is the cord by which he will be dragged to the gibbet. The ladder is the steps to the scaffold. The leaves are nails to pierce his hands and feet. The pickaxe will penetrate his breast and shed his impure blood. The axe will separate his head from his body like that of a wild beast. The salt will preserve his head, displayed on a pillory in memory of the eternal infamy of tyrants. The furnace will burn his body. The shovel will scatter his ashes. The water will purify us of his vile blood. And, having wiped ourselves with the white linen, we shall become clean in body and soul. When a constitutional order was established in Naples, the public was extremely surprised by the sudden appearance of a huge number of Carbonari. Day and night, they proudly marched through the streets, guarding order alongside gendarmes and police agents, who were forced to join the society to remain in service. Carbonari patrols were dressed in a special uniform, and an image of a skull was emblazoned on their cartridge pouches. The Carbonari had their own justice system and their own laws. They were forbidden to use courts outside their jurisdiction. Later, judicial officials and officers were often forced to join the society to maintain a semblance of authority. The power of this organization even attracted priests. The Carbonari were revolutionaries. In 1820 to 1821, they put Naples and Piedmont to fire and sword, forcing King Ferdinand to swear an oath on their constitution and wear their tricolor ribbon. They wanted revolution, but they did not want anarchy. This is one reason why the power of the Carbonari was exercised through the mediation of priests, prelates, and judicial officials who had sworn allegiance to them. With the help of the Austrians, the revolution of 1820 was suppressed, and the Carbonari were driven out of Italy. Their leaders fled to France, where they preached liberty, equality, and fraternity, attracting many new supporters. After 1830, the spirit of the Carbonari lived on in new organizations, such as Mazzini's Young Italy, whose members adopted the readiness to make any sacrifice for the triumph of Republican ideas. Their influence in the world was considerable. During the 50 years that the Carbonari waged civil war, they scattered across many countries. The main goal of the society, the unification of Italy, was achieved. But much blood was spilled in the process, and many unrighteous deeds can be laid to the blame of the Carbonari.